Hello Geminis, and welcome to your August 2026 monthly horoscope. My name is Justyna. Welcome to my channel. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Alright, so here today we are going to look at the astrology of August 2026, and this horoscope is most accurate for your ascendant sign, aka your rising sign. However, you can also watch it for your moon sign or your sun sign if you wish, just to get a bigger picture. Chiron will station retrograde in Taurus at 0 degrees on the 3rd of August. So that's how we start this brand new month. Chiron entered Taurus on the 19th of June. It will stay here until the 18th of September. And then this retrograde will end in the sign of Aries. From next year, Taurus will come here and it will stay for a few good years. This is happening in your 12th house, so the area of the subconscious, of any internal blockages, fears, and the private life overall. So this is generally a very healing energy. So pay attention to your dreams throughout the month of August. And the first 3 weeks of September, because it's a very, very short-lasting influence, bear in mind. So not everything might resonate, but this could be a time if you generally have a need to, for example, to control every single step of your life situation, of your life overall. This is a chance for healing that need for constant control, for controlling everything. This is a chance for allowing yourself to process your emotions and feelings one step at a time. This is also a wonderful time for spiritual healing, spiritual work, for going on a spiritual retreat as well. It's a very internalized energy, so there will be a lot going on the inside, even though it might not seem this way on the outside. For this reason, working with anything that can help you to process any deeper feelings, deeper emotions can be very therapeutic during this time. This is a time when you'll be, on the one hand, facing some old unhealed wounds, emotions, fears, limiting beliefs, and especially those that perhaps you've been pushing aside for quite some time. They might resurface around this time, giving you a chance to be acknowledged, healed, released. Now, during this time, you might be much more aware than usual of any unconscious habits that perhaps you were not really fully aware of, habits that are not very healthy or good for you. And this is a time to let go, to heal, to also be more aware, more alert as well. So it could be a pretty introspective time at times, but remember, during those moments of solitude, you can really gain full clarity or more clarity about what needs healing, what needs releasing, and so on. Now, on August 11th, Mars enters Cancer. Not the most comfortable placement for the planet Mars, the ruler of Aries, the co-ruler of Scorpio. This is happening in your area of the second house for you Geminis, Mars in the sign of Cancer. So first of all, Mars in Cancer can be slightly more, I would say, impulsive, reactive, overreactive as well. But the second house deals with our sense of self-worth, our resources, talents, skills. This, of course, financial security, stability. Watch your spendings during this time, because this transit often is connected to impulse purchases, impulse spending. So be mindful of impulse spending during this time, especially since Cancer is connected to our feelings, emotions. So very often that impulse spending that we experience, go through, happens as a result of our emotions. So it's driven by our emotions, and this results in us getting things that we don't really need, but perhaps we feel that we do at the time. Now, at the same time, Mars brings a lot of motivation as well. It's a good time for negotiating any financial deals. For example, anything to do with money. This energy, of course, brings more like a higher sense of assertion, more confidence as well, and at the same time, more confidence when it comes to your own skills, abilities as well. So that's something actually really positive, because this sort of transit can help you to stand up for yourself. Especially in situations related to your work, to money, financial security, stability as well. So you might find yourself having conversations around money. You might become, sorry, there's a fly flying. You might become more direct as well in your communication style, especially here when it comes to anything to do with money. Now, as we move forward, on the 12th of August, a very, very important event. This is when we've got the solar eclipse in Leo at 20 degrees of Leo. So August is a big month for eclipses, dear Geminis, and this brand new cycle aligns beautifully with your Gemini ascendant. Not the same as the Virgo and Pisces, which squared your Gemini energy. This cycle, Leo and Aquarius, they connect with your ascendant by a sextile or by a trine. So what's happening here? Leo, that's your third house of communication, daily interactions, your immediate environment, your neighbors, anything to do with any intellectually stimulating projects, activities. So, of course, with the eclipses, we need to look at a bigger picture, not just one single eclipse, because we will have them reoccurring for the next 2 years, more or less. So we had one eclipse of this from this cycle that took place back in February. The next one will be in the month of, next year. But what I want to say, they will be coming back and activating your third and the ninth house, which are very intellectual houses, of course. The south node is at this point in your third house, and north node is in your ninth house. The south node energy carries a karmic undertone. It tends to suck out what's not needed, what's outlived its purpose. So even though it's a solar eclipse, a south node solar eclipse is connected to something being released and eclipsed out of our life. So it's could be a time when you might be launching a new business, for example, or perhaps this could be about some joint venture or some project with your siblings, for example. Generally here with this cycle, usually people get more involved with their immediate environment as well. Perhaps you're learning some new skills. Perhaps you are engaging with your local environment, maybe decisions, because the third house is also connected to paperwork, documents, decision, your voice, intellectually stimulating projects as well. So whatever the scenario here, you might find yourself signing a new contract depending on your circumstances or stances, starting a new course of study. Maybe you're buying something because Mars is in your second house, so you are driven at this time, especially when it comes to resources, possessions, and if your daily commute is changing, if you recently changed jobs, for example, if you moved houses, or if you're planning to, maybe this could be connected to you buying a car or a new bicycle. Or generally a bicycle, because your commute route will be changing and maybe you need a different kind of transport. This energy could also make you more confident when it comes to self-expression, communication, for example, as well. This could be about some news that completely change your path, your direction. Remember, very often just before the eclipse takes place, sometimes things just completely fall apart, and then suddenly a week after we receive this amazing opportunity. So don't give up. Don't give up, because this is a time of some major decisions and new ideas. But at the same time, your mindset is also shifting And the reason for that is because the South Node energy. So something is shifting out of your reality. Maybe this could be about some mindset shifts. For you, a change to your perspective about something that perhaps you've been dealing with as well. Now on the 23rd, we start Virgo season. So this is a major shift because that's when during Virgo season, the focus shifts into your area of home and family and anything to do with your emotional stability. But Virgo is a very productive sign, so this could see you dealing with some DIYs, home improvements, renovations. It's a good time for reorganizing your home space, for improving your living environment as well. At the same time, for some, this could manifest as a potential house move as well. This could be the case, and this is because, of course, we are still in the eclipse cycle that activates the area of Virgo and Pisces. That's your 4th and 10th house. Speaking of which, on the 28th, we've got a lunar eclipse in your 10th house. All right, so here what I want to tell you as well is that the day before this eclipse, we've got a Cazimi, Mercury, and the Sun Cazimi happening at 4 degrees of Virgo in your 4th house. So pay attention to your thoughts, to your dreams. This could be like an aha moment about a home-related, family-related situation. Definitely stay alert. Write things down. This could be a day of some interesting ideas, realizations that come into your mind. That's the 27th. On the 28th, we've got a lunar eclipse in the sign of Pisces happening at 4 degrees of Pisces. And that's the 28th. So bear in mind, this is almost the end of this eclipse cycle that started back in September 2024. The final eclipse of this cycle will take place next year, early 2027 in your 4th house. So for some Geminis, you are still, in the cycle of movement, relocation, career-related changes. My eldest daughter is a Gemini ascendant, and she's going to high school, so she's starting a brand new journey here in this cycle from September. So depending on your age, you might be also starting a new job, new career, course of study, for example, as well, since we are also here in Leo and Aquarius eclipse cycle, and this North Node is in the 9th house. Now, with the lunar eclipse overall, lunar eclipses tend to bring culminations, realizations, and also fruits of our hard work. So for you, this could be connected to some major shifts, for example, happening in your professional life, in your career, maybe a situation reaching a culmination, a turning point. You might get a recognition for your hard work during this time. Maybe you completed a major chapter in your life, in your career sphere, in your public life, and now you are thinking about moving in a different direction. This could be about perhaps a major career life goal finally coming to fruition after all the hard work that you put into that goal. You finally might be finally seeing the desired results and outcomes, for example, as well. But it's also a time of decisions, important meetings, contracts you might be signing. Because, of course, the day before, we got this important eclipse, the Cazimi, 27th at 4 degrees of Virgo. And this could be generally connected with Mercury opposing this eclipse. So you might be having some important conversations about your work, about the family-related matter that will require very careful consideration. This could be also, for some, this could be about some important news, and generally try to avoid making assumptions or jumping too quickly into conclusions around this time. Make sure that everything is clear before you make any major decisions around this time. Right. So thank you so much, Gemini. I wish you a productive month. It's a really busy month, a month when generally some big things can happen. So have a great one, and I'll catch up with you next time. Bye for now.